You're looking for heat and drought-resistant flowers that also attract pollinators. Garden guy Dale Kay says the key lies in perennial favorites that return year after year. Kind of like Dale. He joins us now with some tips on all of that. Dale, good morning to you.
Good morning, mate. Yeah, I'm a little bit like an old couch. I just keep coming back Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know how that happens, but either way, it's absolutely a little stunner of a morning out here this morning. And I know Cody says it's going to get a wee little bit hot and stinky later on this afternoon into tomorrow. But I actually love breathing in the humidity. Maybe that's the Australian in me. But if you're a little bit sensitive to the heat, getting out in the garden on a morning like this, in the morning early, is definitely the ticket. You mentioned perennials. Yes, they come back year after year, and it's absolutely beautiful to do a little bit of landscaping in the summer, incorporate some beautiful blooms, but it doesn't get any better when those blooms attract pollinators. How fun is that? So some of my favorites and things that you can look for when you're out at the local garden shop, just look out behind me. Absolutely beautiful morning. There's a few shoppers out there already. Gotta love them. Look at that. All that action out there. Anyway, focusing back on the flowers, cone flowers, I guess you can split them up into two different kind of categories. I have the echinaceas here, lots of new varieties to choose from. Of course, there's the old-fashioned Magnus, but some of the great new varieties out there. Sunny Days, this one has a kind of a mop head flower. This one here, Intense Orange. And then back here, Sombrero. You can see a few back in the distance there too. All great varieties, and they have this wonderful little landing pad for butterflies, and that's really their key. I even like to pop them into containers around my deck this time of year to attract butterflies. Really cool. That's the echinaceas. And then there is the Rebecchias, also kind of common name cone flowers. And again, there's a few different varieties. I kind of like this little petite one here called Little Gold Star. That's kind of a fun one. There are other pollinators that will attract butterflies and hummingbirds. Let's take a look at some of those. Firstly, Joe Pyweed, actually a native plant to this neck of the woods, has a wonderful big pink flower. This actually will open up a little bit more and create a great space for butterflies. Agastache here has a little bit of an anise type scent to the leaf, which is kind of fun if you roll around in that. If you like to roll around in your flowers, that's a good one to have. Monada, or all the bee balms. This one here is called Balmy Purple, a great little low kind of growing variety. Also great for bees and native bees, pollinators, butterflies. Cardinal flower here, there's a couple of different varieties. This one here is your old-fashioned cardinal flower. It's displaying that wonderful red spike bloom. Not only do butterflies love it, but of course that red trumpet flower, hummingbirds also really love that flower as well. Hummingbirds, another great pollinator. A plant that's kind of coming into its own right now. It's a fall bloomer. All your asters are really wonderful. This is called Kickin' Lavender. Great little variety. Doesn't get kind of blackish on the bottom, which is really fun. Your butterfly weeds, your swamp milkweed, that's another fantastic one right there. Also great for pollinators. And then rounding out yarrow, and yarrow has that wonderful landing pad for butterflies as well. And you would be amazed, just incorporating just a few of these, you'd be amazed how many more butterflies and other pollinators you get into your garden. On the cone flowers, if they get that kind of blackish leaf on them, I recommend a copper fungicide soap. That does really well. That's really about the only gardening tip. Sometimes those echinaceas get that black on it. And then make sure you mix in some compost, some organic matter when you're planting. Watch the watering, especially when it's hot out, like it's going to be over the next couple of days. Back to you.
Some great ideas as per usual. Dale, thanks so much.